Now joining us this afternoon, we are talking about sex trafficking with a former victim, Cathy Summers. She's here sharing her story, and she's also presenting us with her outlet to all of this. Cathy, thank you again for bringing these lovely paintings in, and tell us about each picture and why you drew these.
This one is kind of the beginning of everything for me. It is a representation of myself when I was young, kind of an innocence lost kind of a thing.
And so this is a representation of you.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Okay.
And, you know, being the spirit that I think I really am. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. And so this one here, what is this one?
This is called Sleeping Beauty. It's just more expressive. When I, getting comfortable with the art and the mediums, I really have been drawn to charcoals and the contrast of the black and white. And it's just, being comfortable in yourself, being comfortable in who you are and, where you are.
When did you discover that you had this talent?
It was about 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
That my sister was always an artist growing up, and she was amazing. She was amazing. So I always thought, well, that's her. She's got the talent. I don't. And but then it got to a point where I was I had such a voice that I needed a voice, and art became my outlet.
Okay. I'm going to move over a little bit and let us see the one. Actually, let me just get this way, and you can see this one. And what is this one?
This one's called The Secret. And this is one of my favorites. It is, again, embraces the innocence of youth and, girls just being girls, what they're supposed to do when they're little.
And so this was like around the age that all of this was happening to you. And you are also, and we were speaking earlier, you're a mom.
Yes.
Do your sons know about all of this?
They know all about it. Yeah, they're all teenagers now. I have a 20-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 16-year-old, and they're some of the most amazing people I know. I've just been completely gifted with them. They're a source of strength for me that is amazing, and they wouldn't be what they are if not for their dad, John. He's my heart, he's my love, and 23 years of marriage is, proof positive.
That is proof, yeah. And when you do these paintings, how do you feel? What does it do for you?
It really is a literal release of energy. And when I first started with art, my work was very dark.
Right,
obviously, I was working things out, and it was just very, very dark. And at that time, I was able to do some pieces that I donated to the Covering House, different safe houses in St. Louis to raise funds and awareness for this major issue.
Right. And so how do you explain something like what you went through, which is tragic, to you have such a great husband and great kids? How do you explain that to them? Or why did you decide to tell them about it?
Because it is a part of me. As much as it's not my my title that I used to be a victim. I decided not to be anymore. And when you share yourself fully with your family, I just believe in openness and honesty, and so I decided to share it with them when they age appropriately and slowly as they're ready.
How important would you say is it for you to have an outlet?
Supremely important, I think, for anyone, and it's important that I want to share that I know that I've had a story that's uncommon. I've had a life that's been difficult, but everybody has that. Everybody has their 2 years of abuse or their whatever. I mean, harder or not as hard as mine. The whole idea of the whole thing is to find your purpose. And for me, knowing that art was part of my purpose, I embraced it fully at that point, and it allowed me to work that darkness out of me and welcome more light in.
Is there any chance of you ever reconciling with your mother?
I think I've reconciled as much as I plan to. We've talked about things as much as I'm comfortable, and forgiving her is way different than inviting her back in my life. I forgive her fully.
Right.
I understand, and I want to give that to her, and thank her even for the things that she did teach me. In my younger days, she taught me you know, how to respect and how to, you know, be. And so there's good things that came from her. You know, so I don't know.
Right.
That's.
You're doing great
It's
now,
difficult.
so.
It is difficult to even think about that.
Right.
Because I don't want to be. I don't want her to be part of my life, and I don't want to be part of hers.
Right. Understandable. All right. Well, coming up on Afternoons on 11.